Well,
this music is probably copyrighted, so I'm gonna have to talk over it a whole bunch.
yeah.
That's okay.
Where should we sit?
Who knows? Where's the best seat in your opinion? You know, you've been here more than
Up here.
here.
Yeah, I think we should sit. You're still recording? You're gonna get so much good footage.
Oh yeah. So,
You're welcome, little man.
guess what? You saw this truck.
This one is
Sweet.
Right? Yeah, look. I got my RC truck on the tire of it.
Oh yeah. That's awesome. I remember you taking the photo with it too.
Yeah, and I got a photo of that one too. That one was at BNR, and then this one was in it was at Redwood Northwest, which is like over by Veneta almost.
Awesome.
Do you like Cali Kid?
Yeah, I do. That one's awesome.
That was my favorite too. But
They are? Why?
well, they're not going to get rid of it. They're going to park it because it's like 20 years old. But yeah. Oh well.
That sucks.
Do you want to record me like talking about the trucks or something?
Doing what?
Do you want me to like record me talking about the trucks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Content.
All right.
Look at this brake.
So this one, this is reverse racer, and this one goes in reverse. They mounted the body backwards, so when it's driving, it looks like it's driving in reverse, but it's actually just driving forward. Yeah.
So the body is just on backwards?
Yep. So right now it's parked backwards, so it gives the illusion that it's parked, normally, and then it'll start driving forward.
That's strange.
yeah, it's like a
And you got the quads. Those are pretty cool.
Now, these are going to be racing on the show, right?
Yeah. It's gonna work. Yeah, they'll be doing some like racing. So that should be cool. Yeah. This one is my all-time favorite. It's the Cali Kid, and it's a slap wheelie, so it'll like slap on the ground and do wheelies and stuff. This one's the coolest.
Honestly, my favorite.
Yeah. And then this one, it's called Rockstar for a reason because it's the star of the show. And this is another one of my favorites, all-time favorites. And it used to be yellow in the front here, but come here. You can see it. There's like paint splatter, right? Yeah. This is a new thing they did. I thought it was just black and white, but they actually like have the colors of Rockstar like splattered on there.
Awesome.
And then this one right here is Gravedigger. You think it's Gravedigger, but it's actually its identity, which is, supposed to be pretending to be Gravedigger.
Yeah. That's funny though. That's funny.
Yeah, it's a parody strike. And then we have one more truck. And this one is Spitfire. And this is the big old dragon. It actually shoots fire, so you'll see it during the show. It'll spit fire out. Yep.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then you see that ride truck and that ride truck, and those are just the two ride trucks. So yeah.
Now is that identity theft body over there? Is that just like a spare body that they have?
Is
it a special ride truck body?
Yeah, it's a special ride truck body. It's just a modified version of what's on that. So it's a lot wider.
So it would probably used to be a spare body, but then they changed it to a ride truck.
Used to be, and then they just cut it up and turned it into the ride truck body.
Awesome.
Yep. And then that's it for.
And do they always wet the track before, or is the weather today just like?
No, yeah, they did wet the track. They usually always do, even if it's muddy. Typically, if it's muddy, they won't do it. But I've seen them still do it sometimes. It's like kind of weird. But yeah. And it's a pretty wide open track. The last time they were here, it was like really condensed, and they couldn't do much. So I think this time they're just gonna launch it, which should be cool. Yeah, 5 trucks. That's all the trucks there is, but it'll still be an awesome show.
Oh, yeah.
I was hoping the taco truck would be here, but I guess not. So, yep.
Oh yeah.
Anything else?
I don't know.
All
These
right.
trucks are super awesome. I mean,
You guys want to take a picture?
so good.
You did a good job.
You did do a
Breaking
good
it down.
job. Oh, not the BMW.
I'm gonna get fun with the BMW just because it's so silly.
Do you wanna go on the ride truck? Or
No, no, you're good. Huh?
Do you wanna go on the ride truck?
Yeah, sure.
Once again, Monster Truck fans, our largest all thanks to the sights and sounds of delicious Monster Truck Tour. And the night is to the first level of children. Here's Los Angeles Monster Truck Tour Series Stand. And the blue podcast right between the main racing scene area. And don't forget, while you're there, just come around the infield and show us who is the fastest of the fastest on the ATV. Along with the Pro Quad Challenge. We have a very special presentation from DNR representative Thomas Rochelle. It is a 45-foot-tall car-eating dinosaur. Meganosaurus is in the house. Now, along with Meganosaurus, I don't know, is there anybody here that came to see some monster trucks? Well, you're in luck because we got find the best monster trucks in the world. Get ready to compete 3 separate competitions. Our first monster truck competition brought to us by Gleason Sons and Giant Trucker is Monster Truck Best Truck Competition. going to be as we get ready for your next competitor up. It is Miles Parker and Identity Theft. Coming up next, it's the world's best backwards driver. Let's get loud for Kevin Snell and Reverse Racer. Your final hooked up is Monsters Hook Test Trend. It is your reigning champion, Gil Payne and Rockstar.
Years and were somehow revived. Researchers theorized that this rebirth was triggered by early testing of atomic bombs and radioactive fallout. This was a peace-loving community, so weapons allowed the island were no match against the gigantic carnivorous creatures. With no time to spare, the island leaders quickly commissioned their scientists and engineers to come up with a solution to eliminate these deadly man-eaters. This was to be no easy task, considering the limited resources available on the island. At one time, a second Navy transport ship was discovered offshore in shallow water. In the hull, numerous old military vehicles were found. This discovery would prove to be just what was needed. Plans were drawn, and the construction began. Realizing that they needed something that possessed superior strength, the engineers began the task of constructing 2 power busters. The metal marbles began to take shape, and after long hours and hard work, Megasaurus and Tyrannosaurus were born. These mechanical beasts stood over 3 stories tall and weighed 50,000 pounds. 1,000 feet of veins and arteries fed their mechanical hearts, pumping at 50 gallons per minute. Their blood pressure exceeded 2,500 pounds per square inch, giving them 5 tons of crushing force in each of their many claws. They could lift 3,000 pounds to their gigantic mouths, their massive jaws attaining 15,000 pounds of biting force. To ensure total destruction, each power buster was equipped with 200,000 BTUs of burning power. Once tested, they were then sent out to search for and destroy the ugly mutations before any further islanders were killed. Having been built on 10 chassis, they were not only power busters, but also all-terrain vehicles, giving them the ability to go anywhere. They had no trouble going deep into the brush and finding their prey. Once their enemy was discovered, they would transform and then attack, destroying the missing mutations. It wasn't long until the creatures were all destroyed, and the Power Busters' work was done. Many years later, a passing freighter anchored nearby the island, and its crew and captain went ashore. The captain discovered the rusting Power Busters in the woods. He was so intrigued by these machines that he traded for them and brought them back to the United States. After months of careful restoration, he put them on tour so that everyone could see these gigantic mechanical marvels. To demonstrate their awesome power without endangering anyone, he decided to have them eat and destroy junk cars. So now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brace yourself for Megasaurus.
Racer.
tell me though.